Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is my second video in my series talking about the Sephora Holiday Savings Event, or what is called the VIB Sale. This is the second video in that series and we are looking at my recommendations. I have a lot of products to talk about. There's a lot in here, so we're gonna try to move as fast as we can. I have recommendations for most categories. I'm sure I missed a few, but I tried to be cognizant of both old favorites and also some newer launches that occurred this year that I think are definitely worth your money. You know, my goal with this series is just to talk about my recommendations, what I think are worth your money. And also if you're looking to buy, you know, I'm never about like you should buy stuff, but if you are looking to purchase in the sale and you're looking for recommendations, especially getting that discount, I think these products are definitely worth a look at. I figured I would start with hair. I have a few recommendations there. So the first product I want to talk about is for hair care, and I want to talk about Olaplex. Olaplex has just been my go-to. It has absolutely revolutionized my hair. I specifically like the shampoo and conditioner, which is the number 4 and 5, but it's kind of a whole system. They have a bunch of different products as well. And every year they come out with a holiday set. And I actually even have this on my wish list as well, because I am almost out of my shampoo and conditioner. And this holiday set includes the shampoo and conditioner. It also includes the number 3, which is the bond maintenance. It helps repair damage. And then it also includes the hair oil, which I've never tried, but I've heard good things about and I'm excited to try. If you've never tried Olaplex, this is a really, really good deal to get 4 highly rated products for the cost of 2.5, basically. Next, I want to talk about dry shampoo. I never hear anyone talk about this on YouTube. And this dry shampoo just changed everything for me. This is from IGK. This is their first class dry shampoo. It's their charcoal detox dry shampoo. What I think is special about this is the percent of charcoal powders it has. To kind of give you a little backstory, I have very oily, fine hair, and I washed my hair every single day. I just couldn't. I was an oil slick by the next morning if I didn't. And so many people over the years have said, oh my gosh, you shouldn't wash your hair every day. You really, really should just use dry shampoo. And I'm like, well, that's all well and good, but my hair is so oily. It's just so disgusting and my scalp itches and it's just, it's no good. I went on this journey a few years ago where I said, you know what, I am gonna try this. And people kept saying, oh, you train your hair, it'll get used to it. And I must have tried 8 or 9 different dry shampoos and none of them worked for me. And I tried, you know, drugstore versions like Dove and Baptiste. And I also tried high-end versions like Living Proof, Amika, and none of them worked. Not only did my hair feel icky, dirty, gross, but it made my scalp itch like crazy. And I do have psoriasis on my scalp, so I have to be careful with products that I'm using. It just, nothing worked for me and I gave up. And you know, I was introduced to this dry shampoo and I love it. Now, IGK actually has 3 different dry shampoos in their line. They have one that has, I think, 0.5% of these charcoal cleansing powders. They have one that has 2%, and then they have this one that is 7%. So I feel like this dry shampoo was, you know, made for me in regards to really, really oily hair gals. I love this. This also contains white tea powder as well, which soothes your scalp. And I feel like that's why I don't get super itchy. Now, don't get me wrong. I still am not a person who can go a week without washing their hair. That's just not in the cards for me with my oily hair. But I can actually use this and not have to wash my hair every day. So, you know, I'm a big fan of this. If you have oily hair like me, absolutely give this a try. I think you'll really like it. So moving on to skincare, you know, I didn't pick products in every single category of skincare, but I definitely tried to pick things that I said, well, you know, these are sold at Sephora, they are worth your money, and they're a good thing for people to try. The first product I want to talk about, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm a big Paula's Choice fan, and Paula's Choice is now being sold at Sephora. And if I had to pick one product from her line that I think is absolutely worth the money, it's this one. It's her 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This is the most popular product in her line, and it was the first product of hers I tried, and it absolutely revolutionized my skin. This is a 2% BHA or salicylic acid. It is meant to help increase cell turnover, but specifically it is meant to help clear clogged pores. Again, if you have combination or oily skin like I do, or have acne prone skin, this will change your life. It will absolutely help unclog those pores. It can help with texture. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love it. Next, moving on to cleansers. Again, I use a lot of drugstore cleansers, but if I had to pick a high-end cleanser that I think is absolutely worth it, and it's something that I use all the time as a gentle water-based cleanser, I'm gonna reach for this one. This is from Tatcha. This is their rice wash. This is a gentle exfoliating face wash. I don't tend to like physical exfoliators, but this one is super gentle. It does have a mild fragrance to it. I don't like fragrance in my skincare, but I don't get too worked up about fragrance in my cleansers because you're washing them off your face versus keeping them on your face. But this is a beautiful water-based cleanser, gently exfoliating, and just leaves your skin bright and happy, not tight, not dried out. I love it. And I think it's totally worth it. If you've watched my channel, you know that I'm a big fan of double cleansing at night. I use an oil-based or cleansing balm, and then I will follow with a water-based gentle cleanser on my skin to finish removing any makeup that's left behind, or to gently clean my face. And I have a lot of different cleansing balms I like. I actually did a cleansing balm review as one of the first videos on my channel. A lot of cleansing balms have been released since then, but one of my favorites is actually from the brand Pharmacy. This is their Green Clean cleansing balm. And they have a gift set right now that includes 3 different of their Green Clean cleansing balms with special edition scents. I just thought this was a great little set. And I felt like if you're looking for a cleansing balm to try, this is a really, really good one to try. And it's for a good price to get these 3 different scents. Looking at other actives, I don't use any retinol products. I have a prescription retinoid that I use, but one of the actives that I really depend on are alpha hydroxy acids. I need to help increase that skin cell turnover. I need to help my skin get that kind of inner glow back. I find that when I'm not using AHAs, I look kind of haggard and dull and tired no matter how much I moisturize. You gotta hydrate your skin, but you also gotta lift off those dead skin cells. Now, you can use glycolic acids, you can use blends that are glycolic and lactic. If you have more sensitive skin, you can use like a lactic acid alone. One of my favorite glycolic acid blend products is from Drunk Elephant. The sale is a great time to try Drunk Elephant just because they are a pricey brand. If I had to pick one of their products to try from an active ingredient perspective, I would probably pick this one. This is their TLC Framboise, which is their glycolic blend. There are a few other alpha hydroxy acids in here as well, but this is a beautiful product. I'm showing them on the screen because I am out of mine. I am actually thinking about picking this up, and they do sell this as a mini with their Retro Lala cream, which is their moisturizer for dry skin. And I don't have dry skin, but sometimes in the winter I keep a mini of this around because if my skin gets super dry or super dehydrated, this just kind of fixes it up right away. It's like a Band-Aid for my skin, and I really, really like it. And then of course, moisturizer. If you've watched my channel, you know my favorite nighttime moisturizer is also from Drunk Elephant. This is the Protini Polypeptide Cream. This is a peptide moisturizer, comes in correct packaging. I'm not sticking my fingers in. Love it. The last skincare product I want to talk about is eye cream. Now, not everyone uses an eye cream. Not everyone needs an eye cream. I like eye creams because of my oily kind of combination skin, but as I've aged, my under eyes do get drier, so I feel like I need to use something a little different. My under eyes need a little bit more help than what I would tend to do with my moisturizer. I've tried a bunch of different eye creams. Some are just too heavy, some just didn't do anything, and some I can't get around the jar packaging. The one that I've tried this year that I really, really like is this one from Skin Fix. This is their Lipid Boost 360 eye cream. It is beautiful. It comes in a pump, opaque packaging. It's gonna keep all the good stuff in. It seeps into my skin quickly and easily. It does not pill under makeup, and it is just absolutely a drink of water for my eyes. So I'm a big fan. And because of the ingredients, you can put it on your eyelid as well, because I tend to get like patchy areas on my eyelid, which frustrates me when I'm actually trying to apply eyeshadow. And this is such a great product for that as well. For perfume, you know, obviously Sephora sells so many different perfumes, but as a perfume addict myself, I tend to focus on perfumes for the Sephora sale that you cannot find at discount or wholesalers, because a lot of the perfumes out there, especially if they've been out for a while, you can find at wholesalers for significantly less of the cost. Now, I'm not talking about Amazon. Amazon has a huge problem in regards to getting counterfeit perfumes and makeup for that matter. But I am talking about wholesalers like fragrancenut.com, for example. These are absolutely legit perfumes for a reasonable price, but a lot of the niche perfumes aren't sold there, and a lot of the more expensive houses, for example, like Chanel, will not wholesale their perfumes, and they're rarely on sale. So I tend to say, hey, if you're going to pick up a perfume during the Sephora sale, grab a niche perfume or grab something like a Chanel perfume where you're going to have trouble finding a good discount price. The two that I'm going to talk about today, one is from the Chance line, Chanel Chance. There's the original perfume, and then there are the three flankers. This is the All Fresh, which is kind of the green perfume. This is my favorite of that line. But they also have a citrusy one called Eau Vive. And then, of course, they have their beautiful lightly citrus, lightly floral, which is their Eau Tendre, which is also a beautiful perfume. And this is a good time for those perfumes from the sale. The other perfume group that I would recommend, again, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm a big Atelier fan. They are very famous for their citrus perfumes, and they have a perfume wardrobe at Sephora, which allows you to sample a bunch of their different perfumes at once, and it's actually for a very reasonable price. I will stick it up on the screen so you can see it. I love a bunch of these perfumes. Orange Sanguine and Pomelo Paradis is probably my favorite, but Lemon Island is beautiful. Oh, there's just so many good ones. I just can't. If you're looking for a really good citrus perfume, but you're not exactly sure, I would highly recommend picking up this sample pack and allow you to kind of figure out what you really like. All right, moving on to makeup. Like I said, I don't think I hit every category, but I think I hit most categories. We're gonna start with primer. I'm just gonna pick my favorite primer of all time, but she's a pricey one. I'm not gonna lie. This is from Hourglass. This is their Veil Mineral Primer. This is such a beautiful primer for people with combination skin. It just kind of holds back your oils. It allows your makeup to blend seamlessly. It does not pill under makeup. I'm just a huge fan of this primer, but like I said, she's a pricey one. So this is definitely one you want to pick up during the sale. Moving on to foundation. Again, so many different foundations. It's all about what you're looking for. If I had to pick one foundation, I said, what really blew my socks off in the last year or so? And it's from NARS. It's their Air Matte foundation. Oh, this is so beautiful. If you want your skin to look flawless, if you don't want foundation to seep into your fine lines and wrinkles, this is the foundation for you. At $43, this is a good foundation to get discounted. As you know, I've tried a bunch of high-end concealers this year, and I have found a bunch that I really, really like. And again, it was a question of, okay, of all these concealers that I've tried and that I've really liked, what really shocked me and surprised me in a good way. I think you're going to find a lot of YouTubers who feel the same way about this. This is from Lancome. This is their new concealer, their Teint Idole. This is, I mean, to be fair, it is a watery based concealer. It takes an extra second to blend it. That consistency may not be right for you, but it just blends seamlessly. It looks beautiful and natural. It's a medium coverage concealer. So obviously if you're looking for hardcore full coverage, this is not the right one, but this is just such a great everyday concealer. Moving on to powders. I love powders. I love finishing powders. I love setting powders. So again, I have a lot of favorites, but I thought about if I could only pick two, what do I always grab for? What do I always reach for? And you know, what are worth the price? Because I think I have a lot of drugstore powders that I really like too, but it's a question of, are these worth the price? And these two I think are. The first one is my Dior Backstage Powder No Powder. What I love about this powder, you can use it as a setting powder, but it's also commonly used as a finishing powder. And what it does is it just kind of melds and blurs all your makeup together. It takes away any harsh lines. It gives you this really beautiful ethereal glow. and I am a big fan of this. Now, I don't consider this a mattifying powder, so I don't commonly use it as a setting powder because it's not gonna significantly hold back oil. I don't think that's its job. But at the same time, it's finely milled. It's not gonna make your makeup look cakey. It's just a great powder. The second powder, I think these powders are the big makeup change in my life that absolutely upped my makeup game. When I started looking into makeup and playing around with makeup after 40, it was finding these powders that I absolutely think was the first thing that really just it brought it up a notch. And these are the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. I have a little mini here. These come in mini and full size. They have a bunch of different kinds. My favorite is Dim Light. This is a peachy beige powder and it just works perfectly for my skin tone. Again, I don't use these under my eyes. I don't use them usually as setting powders. I use them as finishing powders. And they just give you this gorgeous, youthful glow, and they just kind of set everything and allow everything to blend together. Moving on to cheek products. So you knew I was gonna bring cream bronzer into this. I have been obsessed with cream products. So I had to bring some cream and some powder products in. And I have a lot of cream bronzers that I've liked, but the one that really truly surprised me, I think, is this one from ABH. And I think it's because, you know, it looks like kind of yellow. And I thought it was gonna be awful, and it ended up being beautiful. So it's so easy to blend. It's such a great cream bronzer, and I highly recommend it. In regards to powder bronzers, I wanted to pick an old favorite because I feel like since Charlotte Tilbury released her large bronzer and her large highlighter, this product has kind of gone to the wayside and no one talks about it anymore, but it's so great. And this is her Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is a holiday packaging from, I think, 2 years ago. The typical packaging is more this gold packaging, but they even have a mini of this now. This bronzer is gorgeous, and this highlight is so natural. It does not enhance texture. I mean, I've said it before, Charlotte Tilbury knows how to create makeup products for mature women. All right, moving on to blush. Again, you knew I was gonna pick a cream blush and a powder blush. From a cream perspective, I really like this cream blush. It is very pigmented, so a little goes a long way and you do have to be careful with it. But I thought it was a great launch from Rare Beauty. This is her Soft Pinch liquid blushes. She also has a great gift set that's going on with 3 minis, and I may actually even thinking about picking it up myself, but I have one of the colors already. So this is her matte blush in Bliss, which is included in that mini set, but then she has a radiant blush in Hope, and then she has a third radiant blush as well. I can't remember the name of that. If you are interested in these, I think that's a great gift set to pick up because you use so little of these. So even their minis, they're gonna last you forever. And the big thing is just these are beautiful on the skin, but they are pigmented, so you gotta be a little careful. In my powder blush, I wanted to stick to a classic. These are the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes. Oh, these are one of my favorite blushes. I have it in the shade Risque, which is kind of a mauve-y shade or a dusty rose shade. This is such a gorgeous blush. It's not patchy, it goes on easily. It's what I'm wearing today. And I absolutely love this formula. You just can't go wrong. They do have a gift set right now where they're selling 5 of these mini blushes, and I'm actually thinking about getting it. And I might actually gift some of these to other people just because I feel so strongly about how much I love these. All right, we're getting there. I think we're left with eyes and lips now. So eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow. Eyeshadow palettes are my weakness. Oh, it's just my favorite part of makeup, I think, besides powders. And I thought really hard about what I would recommend. And at the end of the day, I just feel like you cannot go wrong with Natasha Denona. She has such pigmented, such flattering eyeshadow palettes, and the quality is so good. So I have 3 of her midi palettes. This is her $65 palettes. I have the Glam palette, which is a neutral cool tone palette. I've got the Retro palette, which was just released. I have a Get Ready With Me where I use this palette. It's very much kind of fall, but it's burgundies and maroons, and it's such a nice palette. And then I have the one I'm wearing today, which is my favorite fall palette. This is her bronze palette. This is just, this is right up my alley. These are all some of my favorite colors. I just think you can't go wrong with these palettes. If $65 is just too rich for your blood, and I get it, it took me a long time to buy one of these palettes because I was just like, $65 for an eyeshadow palette. That's crazy. But if you are in that camp but want to consider trying her formula, then I would reach for one of her minis. These are $25 and these are so great, especially for travel. I have a bunch of them, but my favorites are the Love Mini, the Mini Nude, and the Mini Zendo. And in fact, she has a midi this size of the Zendo. I don't like it. I love this though. This is amazing. I definitely think that is an eyeshadow formula that if I was gonna spend some money and wanna get a discount, that would be it. The other palette that I wanted to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Pillow Talk Quad. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow formula, but I love this little quad. I take it everywhere with me when I'm traveling because it creates the easiest eye look. It's just so pretty. You just can't go wrong with it. I can't say the same about all of her eyeshadow palettes. I think they're kind of mix and match and they are pretty expensive, but that one, if you're looking for a travel quad, I would highly recommend that one. Finally, if we're talking about one and done eyeshadow where you just want to do something quick and easy, put it on your lid and blend it out and be done, I would highly recommend these Caviar Shadow Sticks by Laura Mercier. I have two. I've got a little mini here in metallic taupe, and then I have a full size in a newer shade called Nude Rose. These just, I don't know, but this is such a beautiful color, and you let this set and it's not going to move. It is going to stay on your lid all day. This is just quick and easy makeup. You know, this is quick and easy. I want to get this done now. All right, moving on to mascara and brows. Brows, you know, I have a lot of drugstore stuff I like, but if I had to pick a brow gel, there's this one, which is my all-time favorite, which is the Benefit Gimme Brow. You can't go wrong with this. And the one that really surprised me this year was from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Legendary Brows. I think what I love about it is just how little. It's so little. And I think if you want to be really precise, this is a good option as well. In regards to mascara, Sephora tends to do this Lash Stash gift set every year that has some of their most popular mascaras. I think that's a good option. But if I had to pick the two mascaras that I tried this year that I really liked, I would pick the new one from Rare Beauty. I cannot for the life of me remember what this is called, but this is the new mascara from Rare Beauty. And then the other one that really surprised me that I really liked is from Ilia. This is their Limitless Lash. Now this came out early this year. They did have another one that came out just a few months ago. I actually like this one better. This is a great everyday mascara. It is not going to provide like crazy volume, but it's a great everyday mascara. All right, moving on to lips. For lipstick, you can't go wrong with Charlotte Tilbury, and that goes for her lip liners too. Her lip liners are amazing. If you've never tried her lipsticks, I would probably start with one of her Pillow Talk gift sets. Pillow Talk is kind of her universal shade that looks good on almost anybody. That's what I'm wearing today. She has a few different gift sets this year. Her mini Pillow Talk lipstick set is a great option. From a lip gloss perspective, I am still a huge Fenty Gloss Bomb girl. I just love these glosses. They're not super sticky, they smell good, and they look great on your lips. Now I have the original formula here. I have it in the shade Fenty Glow, which is the original shade, and Fussy, which is also a great little pink shade. She does have a cream version. I have not tried it. That is on my list to try. She also has a heat version, which is a lip plumper. I tried that. That was a no-go for me. It blistered my lips, so no thank you. That is not gonna work in my world. But I really like the original formula, and the cream formula seems really, really nice as well. Finally, to finish off makeup, we have our Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. If you want your makeup to last longer, use this. This is a great setting spray. Now they do have a gift set, which is 2 travel sizes. I'm actually gonna buy a full size because it's a better value for me. I started with a mini travel size. Again, I love minis. I wanna try it. I tried it. I love it. Therefore, I'm gonna be buying a full size. So that's it, you guys. I hope this was really, really helpful. As I said before, my goal is to provide recommendations of good products that I think are worth your money if you're in the market to try one of these different categories. Obviously, my goal is never to tell you to spend money, but at the same time, if you're in the market already and you want a deal and you want to shop the sale, these are some of the best products that they have to offer. So I'd love if you'd leave a comment below. Tell me what you're picking up from the sale. Tell me what you're excited about. And if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, I would love that too. Until my next video, bye you guys.